crap. I hit the button to unmute it. Yeah, it should be unmuted now. Thank you. Hey, Kim. Welcome. We are Woo. Welcome, welcome. I did actually push the button. It's, if any of you have the Yeti microphone, you know that the actual mute button on it is a little testy sometimes. Anyways, just saying welcome, saying hi, happy Monday for what that's worth. I know, not too many people are big fans of Mondays. The horn is no more. No, I think that it's not talk sound effects right now, but not only are the sound effects a bit jumbled at the moment, but I think it was mic. The command was mic, not mute, or maybe it was both. But I haven't messed with it in a couple months, so all of that needs more attention. Monday's treating you better than usual, Rango. That is good to hear. Could we all get a piece of that? Could we all get a piece of that? We're gonna make this extra short today, maybe a 3-hour stream. I'm gonna alternate days here. I was talking with the doc this morning. Friday, Saturday took a bit of a toll on me, more than I hoped, expected, and I was straight up advised not to spend as much time hands on a keyboard, controller, eyes on a screen. Just that all of that just locked in on a certain plane is going to create too much tension and is going to mess with the healing process more than I want. So I've been advised to take it extra easy, which sounds so nice, right? Doc says, lean back, relax. Don't we all just want to lean back and relax? It's not so damn easy when you got things you want to do. But Mike was muted. I was just saying hello. Hello, Rango, Kaylee, Gudgeum, Justice. We are Woo, Kimberly. What's up, everyone? Good to see you. And Gudgeum, yeah, you were actually in one of. I had 3 or 4 weird dreams last night, and I wish I could remember more context. But you were in like the audience of a game show, and there was which I was not part of. I guess I was watching it. Was I watching you on television? Some question was asked, and you held up a sign with a word on it, and I can't remember the word. It was like spongy or something, but kind of spelled weird. At least as it came across in English, it was spelled a little weird. I remember just smiling at the word, but I'm not sure. Was it spongy? How would you spell spongy? Go ahead and creatively spell spongy for me if you would. Maybe that'll jog my memory. Kim just stopping in to say hi, everyone. Wish me a great stream. Thank you. Take care, everyone. You'll be working and lurking, one or the other. Sponges at the starship, yeah. Thank you, Justice. So yeah, the horn is in there somewhere, but we'll sort it later. I got a lot of alerts and sound effects and points and mini games and things to mess on. Spongy, damn it! I think you spelled it right, but maybe it was or wasn't that in the dream. Don't worry about it. We're just gonna take it easy. Just gonna relax a little bit. Enjoy some time in space. And thank you all for the host love rolling in. Fluffy Bunny, Old Snake, Rexa, Hazcat, Yeoman Chambers, Shadow Dragon, Green Leader, Tinkerbell, Beauty Biscuits. Thank you all. Let's see where we left off. Where are you in the game right now? We wrapped up the vault on EOS. That was about it. Wrapped up the vault on EOS. Felt a little rushed. What you asked the other day, and when I mentioned that, you said it was a good bit of Metroidvania. Kind of was. It was really short. I mean, it was kind of a direct path out. Run, gravity well, up, run, and you're out. The death cloud was kind of neat, but I feel like there might have been more stuff in there. And I'm left wondering if we can go back down into the vault now. But the skies here on EOS seem to have cleared. Hey, Lamia, welcome. How you doing? Other than the one optional room near the beginning. Does anyone know the room? Know if I made it into that room? I'm not sure which one you're talking about. And I wanted to come here and try to figure out what we were supposed to do with the Site 2 research data. Well, maybe you know. There was Site 2 somewhere around this side of the lake. Landed here. Site 1. And then there was Site 2, which seems to be missing now. Got to set up some other forward stations. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Site 2. It had been attacked and wrecked before we got there. And we've got the job now of setting up an outpost at an appropriate site, so I think that's where we'll go today. Maybe we won't get off Eos, not quite yet. There's a room off to the side that you scan, and it's locked. When you're panic running out of the vault, you actually have the chance to stop in. You didn't take the time. I definitely did not take the time. What about getting back into the vault? Looks like there's a forward outpost, travel point. Wonder if we can get back in there. Right on, Justice. Have a good lurk there. I've been told there's lots of stuff left to do on the planet. As you say, some of it that we still can't do, right? Some we won't be able to get to yet. Maybe stuff over this way and beyond. But I imagine that we got a cryo point. Means we can start waking some people up, right? We go to establish the outpost. We'll have an opportunity to do that. You said you haven't tried to get back in, but you're pretty sure you can't. Well, you know what? Let's find out. Let's do that. How do we use that fast travel? So, what's on everybody's radar this week? I had hoped to start ramping things up, but gonna have to take it real easy. So we're gonna stream, gonna do this today, and probably not anything tomorrow. Stream on Wednesday, probably not anything Thursday. Stream on Friday, and so on. See what we can make of that. It is locked. There is no way to open the door that I can see. Toke, is this game good? This game is a mix of a lot of things, and I can't give you one simple answer yet. I think the environments are good, and the combat has a lot of potential. The skill trees are extensive. There's a whole lot in there. The classes are a little more open, and that you can switch between classes. A lot of respec options. So combat, skills, exploration, environments, those seem all like positives. On the other hand, if you've heard anything about the game, you've probably heard a lot of different complaints and arguments about whether those things matter. There's a lot of little things that could use polish. Some of them not so little. Some of them design decisions that can't be changed because they are the way they are on purpose. But I have to say I find a lot of that distracting, and I am trying to avoid calling out those distractions. Dialogue, voice acting, the writing in general is quite distracting for me. So I'm trying to ignore that stuff and not let it take away from enjoying the exploration and hopefully the combat. Still waiting for the game to bring a story. Other than you're colonizing a new galaxy, you found alien technology, there's a some scaly, perhaps, alien race that also wants said technology. So colonize, kill aliens, discover the mystery of the ancient technology. That's pretty broad. I could use something a little more meaty to sink my teeth into. So I'm really hoping the game brings the story. I'm really hoping that the characters develop. So for now, my hopes are on the table. We'll see what we find. Densa, what's up, Densa? Don't think I saw you popping in there. Ah, there you are. How's it treating me? The game is treating me all right so far. Oh, toxic. Toke is toxic. Should we call you Tok or Toke? How would you prefer to be referred to? Yeah, thank you. I'm glad to be streaming again too. I was hoping to get back into full swing right away. That was maybe silly of me. It's gonna take some time. We're gonna go slow. We'll do shorter streams and a little more spaced out.
Patching it through.
Talk. All right. We can work with that. Hey, Novo, what's up? These new aliens, they steal all new technology every 50,000 years and then disappear. Nice. Yes, now where have I heard something like that before? I'm not in the chat box. Just like old times.
Radiation levels increasing.
So, a lot has changed on this planet just since, just in the last hour of the last stream. So we made it through the vault.
Message
to have
coming in.
activated a bunch of atmosphere processors. Claire, thank you for the host. Gudrum, thank you for the host. Welcome, Claire. Hope everyone's week's off to a good start. We're just gonna hang out and take it easy here. See if we can get a colony started. I'm gonna try not to get too tense, too worked up, or even hoot and holler and shout too much. Everything needs reconditioning. Mind, body, voice, all of it. But I think the exploration component of this game is going to prove fun, expansive, and if a lot of the game is about exploring, just chilling in space, I'm okay with that. But I still, I still am gonna need it to bring a good meaty story to the table, and it's gonna need some character work. And I would love it if the dialogue wasn't so cringeworthy. We'll try and look past all that. You're welcome to debate it amongst yourselves, but I will try not to bring it up too much. All right. Let's go see what's up at the outpost site. Up the hill and down the road and make a left and follow it around. Let's go. The Not Mako seems pretty versatile. It's got a 4-wheel drive and a 6-wheel drive. 6-wheel drive, more torque, less speed. Got a pretty good boost. I would say that, right or wrong, the old Mako could probably make it straight up one of those short vertical surfaces. I don't know if we could even pull that off in the Nomad. But if we went into 6-wheel drive and boosted, it might be possible. Let's take the road.
Nice work.
4-wheel drive, stuck on the road. 4-wheel drive plus boost, still not going anywhere. Switch it to 6-wheel drive, boost recharge a little bit. And we should be able to make it right up. But it seems like the Nomad has to work harder to get up some of these surfaces, although it also feels a bit more real. This space vehicle off in another galaxy feels more real. Yeah, something like that. It does. Current zone strength, rich.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources.
Mining.
Extract minerals via your mining interface.
Mining is quite different than the previous games. Still involves scanning, finding peaks for different resources, and then deploying probes, or in this case, drones, and there's a mix of things. It's not actually the path I plan to take, but let's go around this way. So the flag we got about this being a mineral-rich zone means somewhere around this point is going to be a good place to deploy a drone. Fully bling-compliant Nomad, I see. What's up, Shagzomatic? Yeah, I had two choices, and I stumbled into that somewhat by accident, and I don't think I even meant to change it at the time. And yeah, I've got points to spend, skill points to spend. We'll come back to that. No rush, no rush. Was that copper? C for copper. Got a little copper spike. I'm planning on moving away from this spot, so let's go ahead and deploy the drone. Graphite and iron. Fine. I'll take what I can get. Soul! Long time no see indeed. How's Soul doing? Tell me your soul is thriving. Tell me your soul is happy. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Long time no see indeed. Hey, Steven. Also, yeah, it is. It has been a long time. I was on sporadically leading up to the surgery back on the 16th, and then nothing after that until Friday. And I thought I could jump right back into a full regular schedule. Ha ha. Ha ha. But we'll stagger some streams and do what we can until I can get back up to speed. I'm doing all right. I am healing slowly. This game is easy to get into. If you haven't played the other three, no need to play the other three for this one. In fact, playing the other three may not be of any help at all for enjoying this one. You may be better off just taking this as its own fresh experience. So, yeah, Steven, I'd say try it out. Jump on in and try it out. Actually, have heard from a number of people for whom this is their first Mass Effect game, that they are getting into it and enjoying it quite a bit.
Cat ahead. They
And
appear
that,
to be fighting the
those
Krogan.
cannot
Is
be
that
friendly.
Drac?
Better go find out. They landed and then took off again? What's the deal?
Radiation within safe levels. Life support at 100%.
We can actually use the Nomad as cover when we're not in it. Missed my prime target. I'm glad, glad for spring break. That's got to be a good feeling. How long's your spring break, Soul? This is your first Mass Effect game, and you're in about the same area? Yeah, I think we could probably spend some real time on EOS. I'm certainly not feeling any pressure to go anywhere else. Boom!
I made them angry. Good.
A lot of combos. A lot of possible combos. I don't have a lot available. Basic system for getting attack combos. Need to prime, need to detonate. And I've got a lot more detonators than I do primers, so.
That's it, kid. Keep it up.
But the way I've got things set up right now, my combos should chain a little bit to those who are nearby. Hey, Prestige, what's up? You'll come back after you finish the Walking Dead finale. I won't spoil a thing for anyone, but I will say I was quite disappointed. The entire season seemed like a lateral move and went nowhere, and I'm not a fan of that. I don't think I'll be on board next year. I think I'm done with The Walking Dead. I've been done before, and I think I'm done again.
Color me impressed.
Take some for me, old man.
Let's see if I can strip the armor off this anointed, prime him, and detonate. He be dead.
That fight was fun.
You're telling me.
You can really handle yourself, kid. And I hear you're the one to thank for clearing up the sky. Had your number all wrong.
Well,
You're not so bad yourself, old man. Maybe we should work together after all.
This fight was pretty good, but you're still Nexus and green as a Drell. Still, something tells me you've got potential. Be ashamed to waste that. I mean, just point me to your ship and try to keep up.
Can't tell if the aliens are wearing clothes. Novo, does it matter? Would, would you be pleased to, if you believed they were running around naked, would that please you? Where'd all the bodies go? Parked the Nomad, and then the cutscene moved us to a different spot. Or maybe the Nomad had moved too. I don't think that's where I parked it. A big part of the game sounds like it will be colonizing worlds.
Radiation levels increasing.
And we haven't colonized any. There were previous attempts to colonize this world,
Life
Eos,
support at 100%.
that had failed. But we're already making more progress. I'm not sure that's... You said it's the standard one, Densa, but I'm not sure that's the case. Thank you, Lamia. Let's see. I think I know what it is. I gotta move something. Thank you. Oh, Ryder. Hey, thanks for the heads up on that. I thought you were talking about the Nomad. Yeah, the Nomad's an alternate skin. Is it the deluxe edition, maybe? Or something I picked up. Outpost Beacon. Sure, I can just hit the button and it'll tell me what I need to do. But I was gonna run around and loot. I lost all orientation after the cutscene. Alright. Button pushing time. I struggled, Soul, with the character creator, so I went default.
Prepping deployment order. You must choose what purpose this new outpost will serve.
The Nexus doesn't get a say?
Resources are at a crisis point. Protocol states this judgment call falls to the Pathfinder. With current supplies, you could build a military outpost focusing on defense and militia training. Alternatively, a scientific outpost could advance the initiative's research and discoveries.
Future sickness, what's good? Little bit of everything. Just settling in for a little bit today. I like the idea of having some laid-back streams and not having the extra pressure to go a certain length and do something every day, 5-6 days a week. I like the idea of that, but I also wanted to get back to that. So I'm a little bummed that that I've been given advice from the doc to take it easier than I was about to. Kind of hit me. Friday, Saturday, we did about 5-6 hours each day, and it really did take its toll. So I got to avoid that. Slow, disciplined healing.
What do you think? Military
What do you
outpost
think?
or scientific?
I say scientific. Aren't we here to explore?
I say military. There's too many threats out here.
Be advised that the first outpost placed by a Pathfinder will be a statement in itself. Fair or not, your choice will represent the initiative and its intentions in Andromeda. Consider carefully.
Well, I'm leaning scientific exploration, but I want to know what you think. I also want to remind everyone that I'd encourage you to give me suggestions about gameplay, even about missions to undertake. Just no spoilers, no story spoilers. Feel free to talk about skills, strategies, even if that means long-term planning. I don't mind hearing things that haven't been put on the table yet, as long as they're not story spoilers. So, I know a lot of people have moved further ahead in the game, and I would love to benefit from your experiences. Please share. Please be encouraged to share. Thank you, Soul. Thank you. Scientific, blind them with science. Or science. Novo, I'm sure you're right that it doesn't make a huge difference no matter what they say. It's not like one's a win and one's a fail. But we are here to explore. We are here to settle. We aren't supposed to be here to pick fights. Of course, that's going to happen.
Prioritize research and discovery. That's our foundation. And our future.
Orders prepped. Ready on your signal.
I've actually gotten quite fond of the default Sarah Ryder's face. With
Andromeda Initiative.
she does smile real goofy at everything. But it's grown on me already.
Is ready for deployment.
Copy that. Outpost block inbound. And ready as hell. August Bradley, operational head for this block. Mayor now, I suppose. We're ready to make the most of what you delivered.
All right.
I feel like I should toss you the keys. Be nice. It's been through a lot.
Understood. Prodromos. That's what we're calling her.
They're eager. I haven't seen eager for months.
Yeah, Addison,
Eos is far from golden. But now it's a producer.
I have a hard time believing she's even
real
capable
and
of eager.
reasonable first step. They think you did the impossible. The Nexus. I warned them, hoping was irresponsible. You proved me wrong, Pathfinder.
So one of Addison's things is she calls people by their first names as an insult. For her, this is a big deal. Some recognition of duty achieved. Coming from her, it's supposed to be an honor that she calls us Pathfinder.
What are you playing at? Seems like being my friend is suddenly valuable.
Fair assumption. The Reality Rider? You bought us time. But one outpost on a long-shot planet won't stop us from starving. You already have a lead on something else?
The nav point. From the vault.
Now it gets complicated. The others are ready to officially sanction your efforts, to be a part of your success. We all want the initiative to succeed, but after failing for so long, no one agrees on how to do it. Be aware, that's all.
I don't care why anyone helps, so long as they do.
I've heard that before. Talk to Bradley. Later, we'll go over the extended job of Pathfinder. Until then, Tan's waiting on the Nexus.
Woo, you said it. Conversation needed a "you should go" option, where you push her off the ledge. Yeah, it's hard to believe that anyone who's such an integral part of the project would be so immediately unhelpful and distasteful. But Addison has really come through in that department. Oh, now we're... I'm sorry, what? I think the Tempest has relocated. The Tempest was parked over here by the research station at Site 1. And it has been moved. It has been moved. First outpost in place. That was fast. Oh, you're right. Thank you for even mentioning that. We are woo. One thing that bugged me, why did she walk you up to a bluff while you're in the radiation zone? Because Addison. See if I can... Seriously. This entire thing has now just popped up out of nowhere. Gotta take at least a few days to get all these habitats in place, right? A lot of things need to be hooked up. Do we know what the big ring is? Let's go check out some of this. Wood push again. Oh, I would love some of those options. Okay, this scientific outpost has some pretty big guns. Man, they moved in quickly. None of this stuff was here. Big ring is water purification, I think. Let's go check it out. Like a memory trigger from over here. Did that shuttle just land, do nothing, and take off again? It did, right? Alright, let's go over to the memory trigger. The fact that it appeared so quick makes it feel kind of empty. I don't know, it makes no sense. I'd be lying if I didn't agree. Didn't admit that I agree with you there. That's just out of nowhere. Just snap your fingers. Snap my neck.
Another memory prompt?
Yes, though my memory array remains locked. Additional triggers are required.
Okay. I'm remembering something, but I can't really remember what it is. If only I could remember what I just remembered. Maybe if we find a few more places where I almost remember something, we'll be able to remember something. Yeah, all of a sudden, this entire outpost is set up, and there's 50 things to explore and 100 people to talk to, and shuttles bringing in imaginary people and supplies. I am heading all the way over to the maybe water purification ring so I can get a closer look at it.
I bet y'all drinking that wine too, ain't you? Smoking them tweeds and everything. Wearing the old clothes all half off your ass. What the hell's going on today?
Someone eat some member berries. What's up, Crash? Welcome, man. What do you think? What do you think of all this? Lots of members. Lots of places to member things. Everything marked. Everything membered. No, don't you get in there. Pathfinder can't swim. I can scan that from over here anyways. Boy, did I take the wrong approach. All I wanted to do was get near the big giant ring and find out what it was. Actually seeing them put this together would be cool. I'm with you there too, Rango. We saw shuttles bringing down equipment and people moving it into place. Can't even scan this thing. Can't scan that thing. Alright, never mind. Doesn't matter what it is. It's the big Stargate thing. Could maybe get close to the one in Site 1, and that would tell you what it's for. I probably did the other day and don't remember. Research and development. Please, help. Make it stop. This is the only way I can get the word out before someone gets killed. My work crew, they keep talking about that remnant tech. They think the initiative's lying about how dangerous it is. That a couple of electrodes in the right place could get the remnant to work for them instead. They tried before, and I helped out in Medbay when those remnant observers carved up Barty. But Jennings says we could live like kings if we had an army of remnant bots working and fighting for us. He's taking the whole work crew to help him this time. I have to go with them. Maybe I can talk Jennings out of it, but if I can't, someone should know why we didn't come back. Good day, Kasei. Good day. Yeah, Novo, like that. If you could have some influence on which facilities were built first, You wouldn't be able to please everyone, but getting involved in that would be pretty interesting, especially if you grew left or right. Sorry. Grew, not sure I'd follow you there at the end, but yeah, if you could direct the actual outpost building besides deciding that it's for scientific or military purposes. It would also make a lot more of a connection for the player with what's here at the outpost, because it went from a fight to a cutscene to a button to a single choice to everything being here. I now don't know what anything is. They said, okay, we're bringing down the research and development unit, and then I watched them put it in place. I would know which was which. I would know where it was on the map. It's all here at once, and I've got to run around and figure out what's what. Wait. I thought the last unit had the R&D terminal in it. I clearly don't know what's what at all. Well, no, I get that. I get that, Wu, that you sort of did by picking science over military, but that's hardly the same as deciding which of these units come in when. And oh, sorry, it's a lot at once that doesn't have a lot of specific meaning until each piece has provided it. And if you could have a greater investment in the building process, it would inherently have more meaning instead of having to run around and figure out what's what and hope to instill some meaning in it. Quarantine best practices. Please remember that everything shipped to the landing pad, especially from off-world rather than sealed Nexus supplies, must go through quarantine procedures via confined observation, spot testing, bacteriological scans, or radioactive sterilization. We're a new presence on Eos, and everything added to the ecosystem will have an effect down the line. Our job is to make sure it's a beneficial one, and strong quarantine practices will really help us out. Hanley Abrams. Addendum, if anyone tries to tell me or Hanley that your shipment's a special case and you needn't bother, you'll be running quarantine twice. Radiation alerts for shuttle pilots. That vault doohickey might be clearing the atmosphere, but we've still got pockets of high radiation and bad weather across the continent. Telepresence update, zones 10 to 12 are still smoking hot, but zone 8 is showing a drop. Watch your shuttle's radiation shield absorption. They can take up to 190 millisieverts per hour safely. Anything more, and you need to head back for a refit. And remember that if you're carrying power cells or radiological equipment, those can throw your readings off. Make sure you're as safe as you think. Pilot McCready. Flight schedule, weather monitoring, survey flights, retrieving Team Sigma plus plant specimens, high altitude atmospheric observation with time slot for astronomical survey. Okay. All right, watch this shuttle. Watch that shuttle. It landed, the door popped open for half a second, and now it's lifting off again. Tell me in what world that's okay. I mean, all right, I said I wouldn't do this, but
Already getting requests from the Prodromos labs.
We came to explore and learn.
That's immersion breaking.
Really hope all those scientists will be safe out here.
It's not even a token supply drop. It literally came. They're gonna do it again right in front of me. Door pops open for half a second, closes again, and gone. No one gets in, no one gets out, no supplies, rinse and repeat. Grit your teeth, Jay, grit your teeth. Just smile and bear it. Look, there's another one. Come on, they shouldn't even do that. Just skip it. It's more believable if you just skip it. That's just obnoxious.
Mayor Bradley.
Pathfinder, good to see you.
I can neither praise nor ignore that kind of thing.
We're busy as anything, thanks to you. Bit dusty, but we can adapt. It's worth it when it's your own.
Let's not drive people too hard. Rough enough getting this far.
Nothing you see here came from cracking a whip. Everyone is just ready. You go do what you need to on the Nexus. Follow that dot. There will be more to do on EOS later. Some key positions: Connor Supply, Ramirez Medical, Abrams Science, Falks Engineering. With them and my major domo, we won't end up like Site 1 and 2.
The first two outposts didn't have a chance. It was clear to everyone on the ground.
I saw the brief. I'm making sure every one of our people is eyes wide. You changed this planet, but that doesn't make it easy. We'll use the efforts of those who went before. Good people, every last one. I'd have been honored to fail with any of them.
I haven't reached the end of that trail, but not everyone died outright.
Right. They tell me there were staggered evacs. If any want to try again, they're welcome. Oh, and Pathfinder, this is for you. It's our flag. Hang it where the Nexus can see. It's touched the soil of our first outpost in Andromeda. Make it real. Head for the Nexus, Pathfinder. Prodromos will have more going on when you come back later.
I'm just trying to breathe. I don't know if you really want me to dig in and try to answer that question right now, man. I think it's in everyone's best interest if I take the salt and bile and put it away in a corner. But in short, no, it didn't bother me nearly as much. Flying around blandly doing nothing is much better than flying around, landing right in front of my face and doing nothing, and then repeating it over and over. When they're off in the distance, just flying nowhere, I can actually look past it. When they're landing right in front of me and doing nothing, I can't look past it. It takes a lot more work to pretend that I'm seeing something happen when I'm obviously seeing nothing happen. It's gonna be nothing. Put it in the background.
Henderson at the shuttle landing pad told me.
I'm not looking for trouble. That happened right in front of the... Formal request for Darkit Tirvian, number 28. Making the request again, Bradley. I know it's not your fault. I know she's supposed to be second wave. But I want a trail so that when all this calms down in a few years, we can get proper outraged about how long it took to reunite families. Especially ones hurt during the Site 1-2 mess. You know, broken promise is a thing, right? Requesting the deployment of Darkit Tirvian, W-84 Crispin, Exo Studies Specialist. Reason, she's an asset that will help viability. She's also my daughter. Merchant. Thought that was Addison for a second. Would have turned right around. Can't really afford anything. Just glancing at the merchant. She's selling a tier 2 Carniflex. Whereas we could also research and develop one. I just don't feel like shopping. I was all ready for man, that took the wind out of my sails. I can't bullshit you. That wasn't cool at all. What's up, Chi? Welcome. I could do that a lot better if it didn't keep happening right in front of me, yeah. Hey, Connor. Heard about the new position. Prodromos just gained one hell of a businesswoman. They're lucky to have you. If we ever find ourselves on the Nexus at the same time, I'm buying you a drink to celebrate. Vetra. And Ryder, I know you're going to get nosy and read this. Hi. I was just marveling at the shuttles that are bringing in no people or supplies. Just landing, opening and closing their doors, and taking off again. Over and over and over and over again. Now, I either got to stop playing and then we talk about that, or I try and move on like you're suggesting, but I'm not going to pretend for a second that I'm okay with that.
Pathfinder.
Sorry, what came to what? You're sorry, what came to what?
Pathfinder.
Alright, let's not hang out at the outpost. The outpost can do their thing. Is there anything important we need to do at the outpost? Search station. I think we have a couple side quests we could pick up. New missions, a couple of them. Yeah, let's try and find those. So the tracked objective is for what? Tempest, fast travel disabled. Tempest current location. Follow the compass to a couple missions. Can I get up that high? Not quite. And what, where? Compass has a down arrow. Compass has an up arrow. I guess inside. List here. Oh, I didn't upload. I read this, but I didn't acknowledge it. Okay, so that gets someone's daughter out of cryo stasis, right? Speak with Tan at the Nexus HQ. Give Yos radiation time to clear. There was another indicator on the map, though, right over here. Marker on that. It's gonna be on the other side of the lake. I think you're right. Ooh, there's some frames dropped. I don't know if they're dropping or just dropped a chunk. Oh no, the frames that dropped for everyone. They did in fact drop. Alright, we read this already. Just, again, didn't acknowledge it.
A warning. Looks like a work crew thinks they can take control of the remnant.
That's an incredibly bad idea.
Work crew rosters are posted publicly.
The datapad mentioned med bay. A little work, we could find where to catch up with them.
Where you going, Cora? Go stand over there. Apparently I smell. Or maybe she smells. Alright, well, what can we do here? Talk to me. What should we be doing? What should we be doing? When we get back to the Nexus. Okay. Strike team missions. Something else. Addison on the Nexus. That'll be a delight. Search for memory triggers. Missing arcs. What do we have on EOS? Shock treatment. Find the work rosters. Investigate medbay. I'm friend. Picked science for now. And picked science for this outpost. And yeah, well, I'm sorry, I'd be much more comfortable with it if those shuttles were not landing, doing nothing. And yeah, I might bitch about it feeling lifeless, but you know what? With everything they just dropped on me here, it's just it's a pimple that didn't need to be there. Hey, look, people.
August said you might swing by. Ryder, yes? Dr. Ramirez. Run the clinic here on EOS. Much better than life as an Alliance medic.
Good to meet you.
I'll guess you're not...
Hey, Rexa.
How can I help you?
Why did you join the Andromeda Initiative?
I served in the Alliance as a medic, but... let's say I saw one Batarian slave raid too many. I knew August, Bradley, and when he signed on to the initiative, suggested I consider it. This seemed like a better frontier.
Healing slowly, Rex. Healing slowly. Glad to hear you're doing well, though.
What's the latest from your clinic?
Usual checkups for first-in colonists. Plus a few cases of dehydration and some blindness. Nothing serious.
Go with
What do
Bradley.
you think of Bradley?
I've known him for years. Was the squad medic when he was injured, and we kept in touch after his discharge. He's a smart fellow, a good lieutenant, but a better mayor. And it bugs him when I call him August. So I restrict myself to 2-3 times a day.
What's it like living in our first successful outpost?
It's early days, but promising. Everyone pitches in, everyone matters. We know we'll make these work.
I'll leave you to it.
Come back anytime. Preferably unhurt.
Alright, so what I'm hearing is it might be a better idea to leave EOS, just because things are going to be more of a pain in the ass if we try to do them now than if we come back to them later. All the same, what's with this marker here and not being able to interact with it? Did I miss something in the conversation? Because it doesn't look like the terminal is something I can interact with. Functional question. Yeah. Doesn't appear to be anything in the conversation that was missed.
I'll leave you to it.
Come back anytime. Preferably unhurt.
So what, just help me understand the mission structure here. When there's an objective marker like that,
Right.
should I not assume that there's going to be something actionable at the objective marker? What is your active mission? I went ahead and picked shock treatment. Find the work rosters. Thought maybe that'd be at the terminal. Investigate medbay. Okay, we're here at medbay. Maybe that marker on that terminal is more of a general thing, and we're here investigating the medbay. Let's check this one over here. Victor Carson. Mr. Josephs, I find it troubling that you think I could be swayed from my duty by an offer of credits. I understand Victor Carson is a friend of yours, but that's hardly an adequate reason to release him from cryostasis and send him to Prodromos. Beyond that, from what I hear, you two are a disaster waiting to happen. I know all about the prank you and Mr. Carson pulled on Everett before the journey to Helios. Victor Carson will be released from stasis when I see fit and assigned to an outpost that best suits his skill set. And if I hear you've gone over my head and spoken to Addison about this, you'll have me to answer to. Administrator Brecca. Case notes. Number 24, Dr. Ramirez. Oh yeah, and don't forget to scan. You got to scan it. Hey, Davination. Yes. Yes. I need to scan more things, run around with my scanner up a lot more. Good to see you, man. Read chat, Jay. Read chat. Yes, also trying to read and understand this, trying to take in a lot. They just dropped an outpost on my head. I pushed a button and they dropped 50 buildings. Patient ID 24, symptoms, condition, acute insomnia, claustrophobia. On examination, no organic underlying cause. Apparently suffered a mechanical failure when coming out of stasis that locked her in the pod. Clearly a psychosomatic case, but symptoms are acute. Prescribed tetravoxine and VR post-stasis therapy. Next appointment in 2 weeks. Personal notes. I'm seeing several cases of post-stasis anxiety and other related conditions. The techies solved a lot of the physical effects of long-term stasis, but we're clearly seeing the psychological effects run a lot deeper. People just aren't designed to be turned off for too long. Could talk with Hanley about a long-term research initiative. We're first for a lot of things. Case notes, number 76. Symptom, condition, multiple leg fractures. Patient lost his grip and fell during maintenance work on the roof. Jump jets failed to fire. Compound fractures to the right leg, severe sprains to left ankle. Patient showed an allergic reaction to anesthetic, so I borrowed August and a couple engineers to hold 76 down while I set the legs. Application of foam cast and appropriate analgesia followed. Personal notes, noisy day, but hopefully an object lesson to the rest of the outpost about jump jet maintenance. Patient is healing nicely, should be falling off roofs again in a week.
This definitely treated wounds caused by a remnant. That datapad said the work crew tried to control them.
Sand particles were removed from the wound. Analyzing. The sand may be from several locations. I need more data to form a conclusion.
Yeah, my thought was that walk into a new room, pull out the scanner, and look around briefly to see if there are going to be things in that room. Because you can move around and jump around so fast, it'd be a shame to go all the time with your scanner up at slow speed. So knowing when to whip it out and when not to is going to be helpful. Things a lot smoother. Now, there's so many things, Rexa, I'd like to revisit. I did actually see your comment, but I'm a little lost in the game. It's a little extra hard to keep up with everything in chat. There's so many things I want to get back to. I can almost make that ledge, including Metal Gear. It doesn't seem like that long ago, does it? Mark III fabricator, high temperature process, current cycle 3 hours 19 minutes. This fabricator produces nano-etched lenses which have multiple scientific and military applications.
You haven't got a fuel cell, have you? The quartermaster says there's plenty, but she would. Wait, oh, shit, you're the Pathfinder. Sorry, no one said VIPs were coming by.
I'm just Ryder. Nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you too. I'm Fox, chief engineer at your service.
What do you think about your new home?
First impressions? We've got water, clear skies for solar power, plants to farm. The Remnant are a wild card, but I hear you almost have that solved, which is amazing. And you found us a good site here. I think EOS is really going to be special.
What do you do here?
My team gets things going. Water, power, communications, everything a civilization needs. Well, not laws or a constitution, but it's easier to concentrate on those when you got a flushing toilet.
What brought you all the way to Andromeda?
There's a colony back home you've never heard of. Viridis. It failed, hard. I grew up there watching things fall apart. When I left, I got into infrastructure, civil engineering. Boring stuff unless you've ever lived without it. I wanted to do Veritas right, I guess. And the initiative was my best chance. Thanks for asking.
That's my job.
What are the other outpost staff like?
Like Connor, you mean? She's pretty fun when you get to know her. Just don't get to know her over a poker game. Trust me.
Bye, Fox.
Bye. Stay safe out there.
Scratchpad. Chief Engineer Kane Fox, the guy we were just talking to. This file is filled with sketches, annotations, and exploded schematic views. Many are focused on a combined road monorail network for EOS, showing several different but brilliant designs. Always good to go back to the old standby when I need to think. Underneath are several doodles showing elegant redesigns of the Nexus tram system map. Pasted to one side are a number of downloaded statistics on predicted population growth over the next century. Got a baseline. Bradley's answers. Bradley's always good for the numbers. Adjoining the statistics is a blocked out simplistic drawing of Prodromos. Dotted lines showing expansion with detailed sketches of water and sewage lines underground, wireless power routers, and the flow of foot traffic. Sloppy, but it's a start. On the other side is a sketch of a Pathfinder helmet with downloaded notes on material testing and safety regulations. Design fundamentals look sound, no need to worry. Hey, from the Nexus. Fox, how is it there? I heard Bradley has things up and running smoothly. I knew you guys could do it. Tell me about EOS. It's boring here, so I have to live vicariously through you. As for the advice you asked for, just be yourself. I know how you get when you're nervous. This special lady will like you a lot more if you just relax. You got this, buddy. Good luck. Alright, so this thing is still marked. Can we interact with it? Yeah, there's a data pad sitting inside this station. Watercourse repair team, Fox, Smith, Kinnison. Attachment, course damage sheet. Weather monitoring device setup, Jennings, Varix, Kasperek. Okay.
Work rosters. That datapad mentioned the name Jennings. Here, Axel Jennings, assigned to set up weather monitoring devices all over the desert.
Only one location matches the sound from the medical equipment. A monolith.
Let's go.
Good evening, Hunter. How you doing? Divination, what teammates do you have? Well, right now I've just got Cora and, what's her name? Vetra? Is that her name? Vetra? Just getting to know them. Just barely getting to know them. Yeah, Cora and Vetra are with me. It sounds like, Drax coming on board. You tell me. What companions do I have? Kithri. Keep on keeping on. Permanently? She wants you to take care of the dog permanently? And remind me, what do you already have? Dogs to take care of? Or would that be the one? Hunter, I'm trying to understand what's going on in the game, and outside of the game, just trying to take it easy. It's really, as I start to feel better, it's way too easy to start moving too much. Apparently, just sitting there watching stuff on a screen, or even though I can use a controller and have full range of motion with my arms and hands and relative comfort doing that. I've been told I got to be really careful not to overdo it. I'm just sitting here for a few hours on Friday and Saturday streaming. Took a lot out of me. So this morning, the doc said, kind of got to cut that out. Don't look at the landing pad. Don't look at the landing pad. Let's leave EOS. Let's go back to the Nexus. Let's go somewhere else. Right now. Rabbits and chickens already, and the dog's never been around. That's gonna be a big deal for the dog.
Leaving out. All clear.
You think you're gonna do it? Take on care of the dog? Novo, you need a few escaped criminals. Then you have to decide, give them a new start or put them back in cryo freeze.
I have bunk assignments for PB and Drac.
What are you talking about?
Already put my rucksack in the kitchen. I'll hang out there if that's okay.
And I'm in one of the escape pods. More my speed. That's fantastic. Welcome aboard. Any thoughts, Ryder?
You're professionals. I'm not going to babysit bunk assignments. Let's talk about our success on EOS. Besides establishing our first viable outpost, we did some amazing things. We discovered the Remnant and breached their vault.
And didn't get killed.
Overcame radiation poisoning a number of times.
And didn't die.
Confronted by Ket at every turn.
Once again, did not get killed.
You guys really need to raise the bar on what you call success.
I agree with
Should we
Drac.
use the Krogan definition of success that got your homeworld nuked by your own people?
Fair enough.
Let's focus. Back to the task at hand. Looking forward.
Exactly. Here's my only question. When do we hit that next vault? It looked active. We have to get on that.
Hang on. We need to not go off half-cocked.
There are initiative priorities. The team calls the shots.
Actually, the Pathfinder calls the shots, just to be clear.
So what do you need from us, Ryder?
It's a damn good question.
Helios threw us for a loop, meaning we're kinda new at this. All of us. So let's figure out what the rules are now and try to stick to them.
Sounds good.
If there's one thing I know I can do, it's make up rules.
No one said make up rules. Can we please keep anarchy to a minimum?
Okay, let's head back to the Nexus. PB, Drac, see Lexi for a physical? Good meeting, everyone.
Augmentations. Rare materials can be added to some blueprints, kind of like mods during crafting that you won't be able to change later, right? Alright, back on the ship. I think I do alright making that kind of decisions. Like, what's for dinner? Yeah. What is for dinner?
Strike team ready for
When you've
deployment.
got a minute, stop by the medbay.
Alright, medbay's downstairs. I think medbay's downstairs. Biolab and the tech lab. Medbay should be down. Research center, strike team missions. Want to look at this now? Look at strike team missions. Strike teams can be sent on missions to support the Andromeda initiative. If they succeed, they'll earn XP. Ryder will gain a reward. If they fail, they'll only earn a little bit of XP and no reward. Apex, most elite strike team in the cluster, handles critical missions. Select a mission and press A to send Apex. Progress will be automatically saved before multiplayer is launched. So if you do that, it'll save the game, move you over to multiplayer. Okay, we're not doing that right now. We'll do that later. But aren't some of these things just like war table missions? You send someone off to do them and wait for the results, and you don't actually have to flip over into multiplayer. Read the description for each mission, the time limit to attempt the mission, the reward for completing the mission, and any mission traits or properties. Difficulty of the mission. So like bronze, silver, gold. Okay. The Apex missions are the ones that you play in multiplayer. Time required, when does it expire? Time required, when does it expire? Mission traits, high risk, high reward, outlaw, key intelligence component. Are you going to hit on one of your crew? Maybe, maybe not. Not really interested in hitting on them yet. We'll see if that happens. First time I ever played through the original trilogy, I went through all 3 games without any romance. Just wasn't, had a lot to think about and wasn't too drawn to any of that. As time went on, I became quite attached to Liara, as some of you know. Also played a few different things, few different ways, but Liara really ended up caring a lot about that character and her role and everything. We'll see if that happens here, but I'm not going to hop in the sack with everyone or necessarily anyone in the crew just because it's an option. Flirting seems to be on the table from the beginning with everyone. No. No, I don't want to do that right now. All right, let's go down to Med Bay. Gee, only ones with the orange icon. The Apex missions can be done in multiplayer. All the others you use strike teams for. Suggest nursing one more team and doing all the bronze missions. You'll get credits, research points, even gear. Try to keep that in mind.
You're not Harry.
The blue give it away? Habitat 7 was a little more action-packed than Harry bargained for. He decided to spend his retirement years in the Hyperion looking after your brother.
Prestige, you just finished the episode. Yeah, but I know you won't spoil it for anyone. Just a reminder not to spoil. Please don't spoil any shows currently running for anyone. That's for everyone. But I agree. It was pretty crummy. Really flat. Like the season started here and ended here. It didn't go anywhere. Hey, Ava. Welcome. All right, everybody. This is Lexi, the British Asari.
Joke's on him. Scott's a handful.
I think you're both trouble. Hold still.
Ow.
Sorry.
I remember you having a gentler touch.
Still trying to get my bearings. Thought I'd be waking up colonists, not taking care of the Pathfinder.
Being nervous means you understand what's at stake.
That's the problem. I always hoped to work in the field, but everything's happening so quickly.
Focus on the positive. It helps.
I guess this is my opportunity to study alien species firsthand. Getting a Ket specimen aboard the Hyperion would be difficult, but here...
what?
A Ket corpse. For autopsy, a live subject would be better, but I'm not greedy.
Why do you care about the cat?
Harry didn't tell you? I'm a specialist in alien anatomy. My thesis on Krogan virility and aggression is what got me in the initiative.
There, could flirt with her already. You're just full of surprises.
That's a very specific topic.
I grew up on Omega, lots of Krogan mercenaries. The best habitat outside Tuchanka. But we were discussing the Ket. An autopsy could teach us potential weaknesses, average lifespan.
Right.
Just something to think about. Sam, make sure the Pathfinder eats her vegetables.
Yeah, I don't think that's too different. British Asari, Prestige. I think that's the same person. We met the doc, Lexi, earlier, and now on board the ship. She's here. She's in Med Bay. She's taking care of business. was the Pathfinder's quarters. A lot of space. Pretty nice. Definitely spend some time just relaxing here. What I'm supposed to be doing in real life is just sit back and relax. Wouldn't mind doing that on a spaceship.